Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel, ServiceNow by Veda Technologies. So today we have Priya. She is my previous batch student, and she got placed in one of the MNC almost a couple of years ago. And she is with us to give some mock interview. It will be helpful for our students or outside people who are trying to crack the interview on ServiceNow developer role. Okay, and hi, Priya. Can you please, introduce yourself? And before that, I wanted to give you some instructions, okay? And whatever the discussion we are going to be, happen, right? So whatever the answers, you can you can just uh, answer them. If you are not knowing it, right, we can pass them. And also, in the next minute, like wherever we had recorded this, right? After recording, it will be uploaded into our YouTube channel. Okay. So let's go ahead now. So we have a profile, and meanwhile, I will be opening the profile by sharing the screen. Meanwhile, can you go and briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. So my name is Priya and I have around 4 years of experience in ServiceNow development. I've primarily worked on ITSM modules like incident management, change management, problem management, and service catalog. I have also been involved in developing custom applications, client scripts, business rules, integrations, and customizing service portals. So one of my recent project was building a custom service portal for a banking client to streamline their employee service requests.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So when you build that custom service portal, right, did you use the client script or business rules a lot?
Yes, I used both of them quite a lot. So, for example, we used client scripts to dynamically control the form field based on user roles or conditions. Let's say if the user selected a particular request type, we would show or hide certain fields using on-change client script. And for business rules, we mainly use them for backend operations like auto-assigning incident to specific groups based on the category or triggering emails when certain conditions were met.
Okay. Okay, fine. Going through your resume and you're right. When you wrote the client script, okay, did you ever use the situation where you needed to call server side data?
Oh, yes, many times. So
Mm.
for that, I used glide Ajax. For instance, there was a requirement where, based on the user's location, we need to show the nearest IT support contact. So I wrote a script include that would query the location table and return the nearest IT support contact. Then I called that script include using glide Ajax from the client script.
Good example. Okay. Also, can you brief tell me, have you handled the response from glide assets in your client script?
Yeah, sure. So after making the glide Ajax call, I used the get XML answer method to get the response.
Mhm.
And
And can you able to tell in an overview what kind of code you had written? If it is
uh,
okay, that's fine. Like well, you will be using the glide as X and then add param, then get XML answers.
yeah,
Okay, do
so
you
we
remember
declare.
that kind of code?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay,
Okay, so we declared one variable GA.
okay,
So it's like variable GA equals to new glide Ajax,
okay,
get nearest IT support, and then we are adding parameter. So GA dot add param, and we are giving the parameter name system param underscore name, then
okay,
get support contact,
okay,
and then we are calling one function. So it's GA dot get XML answer function response, and under the curly braces we write G underscore form dot set value
mhm.
contact comma response, and we close the curly braces. So this would set the contact field with the nearest IT support contact name.
Yeah, good. Probably could have shared the screen and explain. That would be great. That's okay. So fine. So in your experience, okay, did you also work on scheduled jobs? Scheduled
Ye-
jobs.
Yes, I did. So in one of my project, the client wanted a daily report of unresolved incidents. I created a scheduled job that would run every day at midnight, query all open incidents, and send a summary email to the incident managers. The job was simple. I wrote a server-side script using glide record to fetch open incident and used gs.email to send out the summary report.
Okay, fine. So by the way, while working with business rules, right, did you ever face challenges like where was not being updated as expected, something like that?
Yeah, so I remember once I wrote an after business rule that was supposed to update the related change request when the incident was closed. But it didn't work initially because I forgot to use the current.update method after modifying the record. So I fixed it like current.state equals to 3, then current.update. So that was a lesson learned. Always call update when modifying recording after business rules.
Good one. So did you get a chance to work on transform maps for data imports and all?
Yes, I did. So once we had to import employee data from a third-party HR system. So we received a CSV file with employee details every week. I created a transform map that mapped the CSV field to ServiceNow user table. Additionally, I also used field mapping script to modify some incoming data, like converting department code to department name before inserting them into the table.
Okay. Good approach. And now in your custom application, right? Did you get a chance to work on reference qualifier?
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a case where the client wanted the assigned to field to show only users belonging to a specific group based on the category. So I added a reference qualifier like this.
Mhm.
So JavaScript active equals to true user underscore group, then client dot assignment underscore group. So this way, only active user from the selected group appeared in the assigned to field.
Okay, you had written the JavaScript here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. By the way, did you get a chance to work on ServiceNow integrations like REST API, web services related?
Yes, I did quite a few integrations. So in one of my project, we integrated ServiceNow with a third-party asset management tool using REST APIs. We created a REST message in ServiceNow, configured the endpoint, and used a script include to trigger the API. We also handled the response data to update assets in ServiceNow.
Mhm. Okay, that's good, excellent. How do you test your APIs in ServiceNow? What do you test
So I
on?
usually, yeah, so I usually use the REST API Explorer in
Mhm.
ServiceNow to test APIs. It's handy for testing get, post, put, and delete request. Also, when using script includes for integrations, I log the response using gs.info to ensure the API is returning valid data.
Okay, okay, yeah, perfect. Now you work with the service portals and widgets, right?
Yes, I worked extensively on service portals. I developed custom widgets using AngularJS to build dynamic forms and dashboards. And one interesting task was creating a multi-step form using widgets, where user could submit service requests with multiple dependencies.
Impressive. Okay. Before I wrap up, tell me how you would debug a client script if it is not working as per the expectation.
Now that's a good question. So I use the JavaScript log console.log in the browser console for real-time debugging.
Okay.
Also, in the ServiceNow platform, I use the field watcher to monitor form field changes and ensure my client script is firing correctly. For
Okay.
server-side debugging, I rely on GS info and system logs to check what is happening during script execution.
Very good. Good. And if I ask you on this question, final one, like how do you ensure your changes don't affect production directly?
We always use update sets. I
Mm.
create an update set for my changes, test it thoroughly in the development environment, then move it to the test environment for UAT. And once approved, we deploy it to the production. So this ensure no direct impact on production.
Mhm. Okay, very good, good approach. And let's finish this as soon as possible. Okay, and see you soon in the next mock interviews. So we'll ask you more questions in the future. Be prepared well. But anyhow, you had gained a lot of knowledge on the service now. Like even when you started working on the practical, right, in the project, you got uh, you got to understand many things. Yes, you have answered most of the questions in your practical way, whatever you had implemented in your project. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was it from my end. Yeah. Anything else you
No, no,
wanted to be
that's all.
shared
Thank you so
here?
much. Yeah, I enjoyed sharing my experience.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. In the next time, right? It should be going for at least half an hour or 40 minutes, the interview.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.